Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lesson of web programming systems course. And in this lesson, we will learn web technologies, web language, and basic HTML language. And let's start with looking at the different languages and technologies that make your website work. And think of this as different tools in our toolbox. First, there's a HTML. It's like the building blocks that create the structure of web page. Then we have CSS, which is like the interior designer, makes everything look nice. Think işte HTML is our template, our skeleton. The CSS is our design, our colors. To make everything look nice, JavaScript makes website interactive. And like one button do something when you click them. Click on change events. PHP is a language that helps create dynamic web page on the server. X helps web page update without refreshing the rule page, like when new message appear in your chat. XML helps organize data, and SQL is used to work with database. Each of these techniques has its own special job in making website works. And look at how it works and everything. HTML is a markup language. HTML is not a programming language. The HTML is markup, scripting language for web browser. Web was not a web browser. And the input like we type like input paragraph development from Tim Berners-Lee. And yes, this is a cascading style sheet. CSS is a style sheet, and PHP the general scripting language. You can use you can make pragmatic website and program have server websites using PHP and JavaScript. JavaScript is the most popular programming language in the world. You can write webs, client web page, and computer program. And it's important programming language for programming. And Ajax is the I have said the client-side current asynchronous web application. Because it can send data and retrieve data from asynchronously in the background actually. Example, extensible markup language. And markup language is more basic than HTML. This SQL, structured query language, is using for database management. The language for database. Yes. Continue. And basic HTML. And now let's focus on HTML, the most basic and important language for making making web pages. HTML is special because it's not about making things look pretty or doing complex stuff. Instead, it's all about organizing content on your web page. When you write HTML, you are saying the browser, this heading, this is a paragraph, or this is a list, this is an option, and the button. Like creating an outline for your web page. The great thing about HTML is that it's quite easy to learn. You don't need to be mentioned or complex programming to write good HTML. And HTML works by using something called tags. The different parts of your page or web page are like labels that go around your content. They always have opening tags and closing tags. For example, if you want to create a paragraph, you put your text between paragraph and slash paragraph tag. These tags tell the browser everything between these tags is a paragraph. One important thing to remember is that space don't matter much in HTML. Even if you put many spaces in your code, the browser will usually show just one space. It's different from how we normally write text. And the more structured version, more standard XHTML. Oops. So this website with made XHTML, the extensible hypertext markup language. and the XML document, and it's the XHTML document. Not different from in anyone. These and continue, and structure of an HTML page. Every HTML page has two main parts: the head and the body. Think of it like a ladder. The head is like enveloped information, and the body is the actual letter content. The whole page starts with HTML and ends with /HTML. Inside that, we have the head section with head tag. This is where we put the information about the page, like its title. Then we have the body section with body tags. This is where we put everything we want to show on the web page. It's a simple but powerful way to organize our web page. The good things is that this basic structure stays the same for every web page you create. Yes, but not that with syntax. We will use next slide. And structure of an XHTML page. XHTML is like HTML structure cousin. It follows more exact rules, which makes it more reliable, and XHTML page starts with something called a doc tab declaration. It's like telling the browser this page follows XHTML. The basic structure is similar to HTML, but there are some important differences. For example, in XHTML, all tags must be closed properly, even tags that are usually left open in HTML. Also, we need to add something called XMLNS in the HTML. As you can see, the XMLNS, and like giving the browser extra information about what kind of document this is. While this might seem more complicated, these strict rules actually help prevent yours and make our web page work better across different browsers. And what can I say? Another that's all. It's easy. HTML, the web language. Can take a note for this, and we will learn basics of HTML page title, paragraph, and we make an example for HTML. And that's the end of our third lesson. See you in the next lesson and final lesson.